What is the difference between a W-2 and a W-3? It's simple. Employees use the information provided by their employer on the form W-2 to complete and file their personal income tax returns. And employers use form W-3 to report employee income to the IRS and Social Security Administration. So basically your employers are going to file form W-3, which then allows employees to file their W-2 with the IRS and state taxing authorities. So what companies need to file a W-3 form? Every employer is required to file a W-2, must file a W-3, which translates to most employers in the United States are going to be required to file a W-3 if they've paid an employee more than $600 in wages, because that's the benchmark. The $600 in wages is the benchmark that triggers whether they need to file a W-2. So if you're filing a W-2, you must file a W-3 as an employer. Now, if you are going to file paper form W-3, you need to complete this only when filing paper copies of the W-2 wage and tax statement. Do not file this form W-3 alone. All paper forms, they must comply with the IRS standards and be machine readable. Photocopies are not acceptable, and you're going to use a form W-3 even if only one paper form W-2 is being filed. You're going to need to make sure that both the form W-3 and the form W-2 show the correct tax year and the employer identification numbers. You need to make a copy of this form and keep it with your records, and the IRS recommends retaining these copies for at least 4 years. In today's world of employers, most companies utilize payroll processing companies like the ADPs, the QuickBooks, which typically are going to handle preparation of the W-2s and W-3s behind the scenes, and you won't have to deal with any of that. But in the event your business is old school and you're manually processing payroll, you will be responsible for the preparation of your employees' W-2s and your filing of their subsequent W-3. You have one of two choices, one of which is highly recommended to use, and that's that online business service tool at the Social Security website, where you can just complete the data through this form and follow the process through their online tool. But in the event that you want to go manual, you can go over here to the IRS form W-3, which is found on irs.gov, and right here the instructions are even telling you, go to SSA to file these together, and don't waste your time with sending this in. But if you're going to do it, let's take a look at what you need to do. So here's the information that you will need to file, which is pretty much going to be in your payroll register. All of this information should be. And if you're going to complete a paper form W-3, you only prepare this form when you are filing a paper copy of the W-2. You never file the W-3 alone. Now, all paper forms must comply with IRS standards and be machine readable. Photocopies are not acceptable. You're going to use this form W-3 even if only one W-2 is being filed. Make sure that both the W-3 and the W-2 show the correct tax year and the employer identification number, which is your EIN. You need to make copies of this form and keep it for, the IRS recommends at least 4 years. So if you're going to prepare a paper copy of the W-3, this is what you're looking at. You're going to prepare and file that with the W-2 form together.